What's up everyone, it's Liv. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I'm Liv, I'm your new book bestie. So today we're gonna be doing the TBR jar prompts picks my January TBR. So I have some new prompts in here for the new year and I'm super excited for that. But first off, I know that I will be reading Spellcaster by Jamie and Eve this month because it was the book club pick with my friends. This month we're doing fantasy as our genre, and anyone in the club who wanted to could contribute a suggestion, and then we all voted on it and we landed on Spellcaster. So I'm super excited for this one. And so then I will just pick probably 6 more books based on the prompts that we draw today from this jar to fill in the rest of my TBR. So yeah, make sure that you have something to sip on. Get cozy, and let's get right on into this video. Okay, first things first, before I can pick out my TBR for this month, I do have to do a quick nail check with you guys because I just got them done. They are so pretty. My girl painted these for me, and they're so cool when they reflect with the light. They're little Oshas because I just finished Brimstone and I miss Ceres and Kingfisher already. So to cope with that, I just got nails done for Quicksilver and Brimstone, so I'm super excited for that. Anyway, now that we got the nail check over, we will be getting right into the TBR. All right, first things first, let's open her up. Let's see what we got. All right, I would shake them, but I don't think it's gonna do anything because there's so many in there right now. But let's see. We got blue polka dots. I'll pick the one up that fell in a minute. Let's see. An award-winning book. I don't actually know if I own any right now, but I will do a little bit of research and digging through my collection and see if I have any that have won awards. Okay, let's pick our next one. I'm trying to go down in without like spilling everything over the edge, which might be inevitable. Let's see. This one says, a book that fits the season. Okay, it's snowy here, so I think I have some really good options for this one. Okay guys, I definitely thought that I had more wintry books than I did, and I do, but they're all Christmassy, and it's like January 4th when I'm filming this. I'm kind of over Christmas, which is terrible. I love Christmas, but I did grab a Christmas option because I thought it might be like kind of okay still. But anyway, I grabbed My Favorite Holiday by Lauren Blakely. To Fable Calloway's surprise, her billionaire boss, Wilder Blaine, is more than willing to take on the challenge of playing her holiday boyfriend. The sexy single dad desperately needs a +1 for a Christmas Eve wedding where he's the best man and she's the maid of honor with her ex also in the wedding party. The two team up as a pair of insta lovebirds for the holiday season. Their partnership includes participating in the annual week-long Christmas competition leading up to the snowy destination wedding. What starts as late nights crafting the best popcorn balls for the contest soon turns into a passionate night together where the sparks between them are almost impossible to ignore. But when the holidays end, can their winter wonderland romance turn into something real back at the office, or are they destined to go the way of a Christmas tree on New Year's Day? So that's option 1 for fitting this season. Okay, option 2, I grabbed a hockey romance. This one's called Breaking Point by Mads Rafferty. It's part of the Ice Hawks series. Falling in love was never part of the plan. Hockey star Grayson Crawford is in hot water. Amidst grieving a family member, he can't seem to pull his act together, threatening everything he's worked so hard for, and the team can't live without. To clean up his image and prove he can change, he agrees to a PR relationship, but there's only one woman he wants by his side. Except Bella Stratford couldn't be a worse candidate. Only recently taking the role of his personal assistant to pay for her mother's medical bills, she already has her hands full dodging puck bunnies and fixing Grayson's messes. Not to mention, her heart is under strict lock and key after life taught her that men cannot be trusted. But when her mother's health gets worse, becoming Grayson's fake girlfriend is the last solution left. In public, they're the perfect doting couple. In private, all those carefully drawn lines are beginning to blur. Because the shy, sweet man is not what she expected, and the guarded, caring woman just needs someone looking out for her. and with each stolen glance and tender kiss, their broken hearts might be starting to heal. Okay, so those are our two options that fit the season, and I'm kind of leaning towards this one because Christmas is over and I kind of just want to save this for like when I'm in the mood, because I don't want it to like spoil what I think of it. So I'm going to save this one for this Christmas of 2026 to read during that season, and I'm gonna go with the ice hockey romance. So yeah, that is our first pick for the TBR, Breaking Point by Mads Rafferty. Okay, let's see. When will I learn that that's not going to do anything yet? There is literally no way to mix that. There is so many in here. Let's see. Let's go to the middle and see what we get. Purple. Okay. Also, like, I just used like random scrap paper, so the colors and things don't mean anything. It's just like to make it a little bit cuter, I guess, to look at, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's not like, oh, all purple is fantasy. No. This one says a book with a person on the cover, which I know I have a few of those. So I will go get 2 or 3 of those and then I'll be right back with those. Okay, I am back with 2 options for a cover with a person on it. I got One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and then I got Crescent City House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm kind of leaning towards this one, which is insane, but we're gonna just read the synopses and give them both a fair shot. For Crescent City House of Earth and Blood, the synopsis says, bound by blood, tempted by desire, unleashed by destiny, half fae, half human, Bryce Quinlan loves her life. Every night is a party, and Bryce is going to savor all the pleasures Lunathion, also known as Crescent City, has to offer. But then a brutal murder shakes the very foundations of the city and Bryce's world comes crashing down. 2 years later, Bryce still haunts the city's most notorious nightclubs, seeking only oblivion now, trying to put the past behind her. When the murderer attacks again, and an infamous fallen angel, Hunt Athvar, is assigned to watch her very footstep, Bryce knows she can't forget any longer. As Bryce and Hunt fight to unravel the mystery, the threads they tug ripple through the underbelly of the city, across warring continents, and down the deepest levels of hell, where things that have been sleeping for millennia are beginning to stir. Listen, look how beautiful this edition is of this book. Like, that alone is selling me. It shouldn't. Synopsis really selling me to be brave and do this book. This book is 803 pages. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm really leaning towards it. So the next option for this one is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This one says, Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secret. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder, and guilty of high treason. Listen. It's House of Earth and Blood for sure. This sounds so good, and it will probably end up on a TBR in the future, but I just really want to do this one. So we are going to do Crescent City House of Earth and Blood for the person on the cover. I just have to do it. I just have to commit to reading this book and jump in. So this is what we're doing for the person on the cover. We are on book prompt number 3. Let's do... Ooh. Dropped another one. Dropped another. All right, we're gonna do purple. This one is a book set on the beach, which is very snowy where I am right now. So it'll be an interesting read, but I will go get a few of those and I'll be right back. I am back with options for a book set on a beach. So kind of a stretch. I thought I had more books that were set on a beach. But I got Every Summer After by Carly Fortune and People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, which I'm already leaning towards this one because I need to read it before the show comes out on Netflix, but I will give this one a chance to change my mind. So This one says, 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart. They say you can never go home again, and for Persephone Fraser, that has felt too true for the last decade, ever since she made the biggest mistake of her life. Instead of glittering summers on the lakeshore of her childhood, she spends them in a stylish apartment in the city, going out with friends and keeping everyone a safe distance from her heart, until the day she gets a call that sends her back racing to Barry's Bay into the orbit of Sam Floret. For 6 summers, through hazy afternoons on the water and warm summer nights working in his family restaurant, Percy and Sam had been inseparable, and slowly that friendship turned into something breathtakingly more before it fell spectacularly apart. When Percy returns to the lake, their connection is as undeniable as it had always been. Percy must confront the decisions she's made and the years she's spent punishing herself for them in order to determine once and for all whether their love might be bigger than the biggest mistakes of their past. You know, pretty good intrigue, actually. If I don't read it for this TBR, I will definitely put it on a different one. Maybe I'll just save it for the summer because I think it'll be a really good summer read. So there's that option. Our other option is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This one says, Poppy and Alex and Poppy, they have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. Somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything, they haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything, if only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? So those are those 2 options for Set on a Beach, and I am gonna go with this one because I do want to read it before the Netflix series comes out. So this will be my read right now because it's coming out really soon. So I'm excited to get into this one finally, and that is my pick for a book that is set on the beach. Okay. Number 4. Put that one back. Oh, a hair. All right. Let's see. They are just jumping everywhere. This one is A Cover with Your Favorite Color. I'm trying to think if I have any pink books. I think I do. So I will go get a few of those and then I will be right back. I have books behind me, but none of them are pink. And when I say go get a few of them, my romances are on the other side, which is usually where some of the beach and the pink one would be. So that's why I keep saying I gotta go get them because they're not behind me. Okay, I am back with 2 options for a cover with my favorite color, and I have First Time Color by B.K. Borison and then Heart of the Sun by Mia Sheridan. So I will get into the synopses for both of these. First Time Color. Aiden Valentine has a secret. He's fallen out of love with love, and as the host of Baltimore's romance hotline, that's a bit of a problem. But when a young girl calls into the station asking for dating advice for her mom, the interview goes viral, thrusting Aiden and heartstrings into the limelight. Lucy Stone thought she was doing just fine. She has a good job, an incredible family, and a smart, slightly devious kid, but when all of Baltimore is suddenly scrutinizing her love life, or lack thereof, she begins to question if she's as happy as she believed. Maybe a little more romance wouldn't be such a bad thing. Everyone wants Lucy to find her happy ending, even the handsome, temperamental man calling the shots, but when sparks start to fly behind the scenes, Lucy must make the final decision between the radio-sponsored Happily Ever After or the man in the headphones next to her. This sounds really good. I feel like everybody I've seen online who's read this has loved this book, so this is a really strong contender for the TBR this month. Not to be left out or forgotten yet is Heart of the Sun by Mia Sheridan. This one says, amid the sun-drenched orange groves of California, childhood friends Tuck Matisse and Emily Swanson share a bond that seemed unbreakable until life ripped them apart. 13 years later, Emily is a rising pop sensation and in need of security, and Tuck, a brooding ex-con, is in need of a fresh start. When fate brings them together once again, Emily hires him on as her new bodyguard, but they butt heads and bicker just like the old days, yet neither can deny the heat rekindling between them. But when a cataclysmic solar flare disrupts the electrical grid, society is suddenly plunged into chaos and darkness. For Emily, the familiar comforts of fame and fortune crumble, but for Tuck, this stark new reality could be the chance he needs to finally prove himself. As they come to terms with all they've lost and the bitterness that keeps them apart, Emily and Tuck must find their way back to one another and discover a new place under the sun. These are both really good options. I really thought this was going to be an easy pick for first-time caller, but honestly, this summary has me very intrigued. And look at the edge. It is so stunning. Like, you're joking. Okay. You know what? I want a cheeky romance, so I'm going to do first-time caller because that is what was calling to me. Ha ha ha. Let's pick number 5. Let's do a green one. Let's see. This one says, a book with a number in the title. I have one, like, right off the bat that I know I want to pick for this one. Like, right off the bat. So I'm going to go get it. Okay. I'm just committing. This is the pick for the title with a number in it. The Boys of Tommen series, book 1, binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. It says, he wants to save her, she wants to hide, she's damaged, he's determined, fate brought them together, love binds them. Johnny Cavanaugh has everything going for him. On the rugby pitch, he's a force to be reckoned with, even plagued with a hidden injury. Everyone knows he's heading straight to the top, but that means there's no room for mistakes or distractions. Not even the shy new girl at Tommen College, the one with the sad eyes and concealed bruises. He needs to stay focused, keep his cool, and not let anything get in the way of the bigger picture, except before he knows it, this lonely girl has become his only picture. Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. Bullied and tortured, she arrives at Tommen College midway through the school year, praying for a fresh start and desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. But when she meets the notorious Johnny Cavanaugh on her first day, her plans to keep a low profile are at serious risk. As they fall into a complicated friendship and grapple with their undeniable chemistry, hidden pain and complicated secrets threaten to be their undoing, but Johnny won't give up on Shannon, no matter what it might cost them both. So this was a really easy pick. I know it's going to be a really heavy book with all of the trigger warnings. I've heard about it, but I am just excited to start the series and get into it. I've heard so many great things about it, so this is my pick for a book with a number in the title, Binding 13. Listen guys, I said 6 and I'm having so much fun picking from the jar that I think I'm going to do 7. So, let's see. A pink one. This one says a reread. I'm looking over there because I'm trying to see if I can see any that I would want to reread. You know what? I think I have 2 really good options for this one. I am back with 2 options for my reread. I got Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, and then I got The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Oh, and Percy Jackson is by Rick Riordan. So The Hunger Games doesn't have a synopsis on it, but it is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and it's basically there's 12 districts and the government chooses a boy and a girl at random for each district to compete in the Hunger Games for the government to watch live for their own amusement. So this is The Hunger Games. And then Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan says Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. I think I'm going to do Percy Jackson for this month because this is a little bit heavier and I want to be in the right mindset for it. So I'll read this one later this year, but I am going to pick Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief as my reread for January. So yeah. Right, number 7. Shift it up. Let's see. Mix it up a little. Let's go down in a gold one. Okay. Let's see. This one says, a book discovered on social media. I think that's a really good one. I have some behind me, and then I have some across the room that I discovered on social media. So I will go get a few of those and bring them right back, and then we'll choose our last book of the month. That's so crazy to say. We're already on the last book, but yes, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I have two options for a book I discovered on social media. I have Lightlark by Alex Astor and Powerless by Lauren Roberts. So we will get into reading the synopses for both of these. First, we're going to do Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It says, only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Isla, the exceptional, the elites. The elites have possessed powers for decades gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Isla and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a sidekick to blend in with the elites. But when she unwittingly saves one of Isla's princes, Kai Azar, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elites' powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will if he discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. So there's book option number 1. All right, option number 2 is Lightlark by Alex Astor. This one says, welcome to the centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler will die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. So those are the two options for the books that I found on social media. I think I'm going to go with Lightlark though, because I just think I'm just more in the mood to read it this month, and I would rather read this when I'm in the mood for it and do it justice because so many people like it. So I'm going to do Lightlark this month. Okay, that is it for picking this month's TBR. So really quick, we're going to go right through the list really fast. Quick fire. Lightlark by Alex Astor, Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, Binding 13, First Time Caller, People We Meet on Vacation, Crescent City House of Earth and Blood, Breaking Point, and Spellcaster. All right. Okay, Yogs wanted to be in the outro of the video, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe. It would mean so much to me. I had so much fun making this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.